Ayo! Welcome to the show. I'm Harry. With me is Tyson.
Is what I would say if I weren't muted. Let me talk to you.
Survivor Series is past us. We got some Raw. We have some SmackDown. Bret Hart seems to be on his I don't give a fuck tour. Like, no more Raw reunions for me, says Mr. Hart.
Yeah, he's given up on that.
We have Becky Lynch. May have been indecently proposed, so says she. And then Ric Flair just needs attention. All that and more. But first, thank you, Piercifer, for the theme song this week. Forget what the title is, but it was a good song. How was your week, Tyson?
I had a pretty good week. Nothing special happened, but always it was a good football week, so I'll say that was a good week. Oh yeah, there was this holiday thing that also happened. Forgot about that.
How was your holiday?
It's good. I I'm I've noticed that I'm a weak link now. I only had 2 plates.
Pussy.
And then I felt like I was about to explode.
Over 2 plates?
Yes. Like I was like, oh god, it's about to. My stomach is just about to split open. It's about to look like an alien movie. I just can't be eating like that anymore. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than thinking you're going to go into a marathon and then you undershoot your shot there.
Yeah, especially I didn't eat all day, and yeah, but I still, had dessert after everything calmed down.
Oh yeah, Texas beat A&M.
They did, and the Cowboys beat the Chiefs.
That one's less surprising.
Well, what's surprising is it seems like the Chiefs dynasty is over, like really over.
Because they had
And not
one bad year.
no, because I went online and looked after the Cowboys won, and people were complaining that the refs were cheating against the Chiefs. This whole dynasty has been about the refs and the Chiefs, and now people are complaining that the Chiefs weren't getting calls. Like, oh, it really is over for them.
My team's coach got accused of racism because he didn't give his 5th string quarterback props. Or his 5th round draft pick quarterback props.
Oh yeah, and he didn't name him the starter immediately after the game. Like,
And he didn't give him the game ball, even though Miles
and he
Garrett
didn't get a
had
game ball. Like, what's he got against him?
a fantastic
Seriously
game.
though, what has he
I
got
don't know.
against him? This guy's saving your job.
Maybe because he sucks. He
He
ain't
won the
saving
game.
shit.
That's what it's about.
He didn't win shit. He didn't win
All I
nothing.
know is the number went up.
He didn't do nothing.
He started
He
and the
didn't do
number
nothing.
in the win column went up.
Miles Garrett. If Miles
But he
Garrett wasn't
is.
on that team,
But he
but
is.
if he wasn't,
If Sanders wasn't on the team, he'd still be having
they'd be right where they are.
no. I didn't see Miles Garrett throwing a 53-yard dime.
No, he just kept the other team out of the end zone.
Yeah, but you got to score on the other side too.
He basically did.
He didn't though.
He did though. He did like how many points did Cleveland get? That was all him.
It was like, I don't know. And I get why people don't like him. It's just because his last name is Sanders. Now, I just want everybody to keep that same energy for Mr. Manning when he makes it to the NFL. I want the same energy. But no, actually, I can't even hate on him. He's been he's actually good now. Manning.
Manning in one season has won more high profile games than Shedeur Sanders has in his entire college career.
Well, you come to Texas and lose 3 games, like it's kind of a. This was a shit season. Like, let's
I
not get it
agree.
twisted here. Yeah, you beat a lot of good teams. You beat A&M. They're number 3 in the country. Oklahoma, but you can't be losing 3 games at Texas. This isn't Florida,
Colorado.
yeah, or Colorado. You come in here, you better be winning a lot. So it's a high bar, but it's also.
I just want to know who everybody's going to suck off when Sanders flames out.
I saw that he has like, he has the perfect, I don't know, deflection. Like if he wins, it's on him. If he loses, it's on, oh, Stefanski didn't support him. People were saying like, I saw people even talking about like how Stefanski, or oh, he has to play with these shitty players. So did every other quarterback that was in before him.
Yeah, when they were talking about how he didn't get first string reps, it's like, motherfucker, you were the 5th round draft choice.
And third string.
Yeah, like what what first round or first team reps were you looking for? Get first team special team reps.
Yeah, I liked how everybody was like, there's no such thing as like backup quarterbacks don't get first string reps. One guy, he was like, Peyton Manning, it was notorious. Peyton Manning never got first string, or his backup, whoever it was, never got first string reps. And uh, the coach even said, like, I mean, if Peyton Manning goes down, we're screwed. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it was Jim Sorgi.
Yeah.
That was his backup for like ever. Yeah, if Peyton Manning went down, it would have been. Well, you saw they went like they had one win.
Yeah. It wasn't good.
Curtis Painter.
But since we are on football, let me ask you this question. So it wasn't this week. It was like last week or something. And I think it was, I don't know the exact team. It was UCLA or USC, one or the other. Uh, they ran a trick play. They ran a fake punt. Now, it the reason it created controversy is because, so in college, people can wear the same number.
Like on offense and defense.
Well, just anybody on the team. Like, you can have 2 kids with the same number.
I actually did not know that.
Oh, well, yes. In college, uh, yeah, they can wear the same number. So the punter and the backup quarterback wore the same number. Now, this wasn't just for this game, though. Like all year, they've been wearing the same number.
Huh.
So what they did was the fake punt was, instead of sending out the punter, they sent out the backup quarterback. Everybody saw the number. Oh, it's the punter, and then they, got the fake punt. I just thought, I mean, that's just a brilliant play.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, I guess there's nothing wrong with it. I just don't understand why you would be. Because I mean, if it was offense and defensive player, I guess that'd be different. Offense and special teams.
yeah, I mean, there may be a rule to it. I just don't know the rule.
Well,
But
clearly they can do it.
because like on on Texas, someone wears 16. Oh, also some backup guy.
Some nobody. What is he gonna
Yeah,
do with 16?
I don't know,
I'm
but
really
it's
gonna
like,
make this number something.
yeah, it was just a smart play, but everybody was upset. Oh, that's a bitch move. What? I mean, they didn't break any rules. They just they just noticed, hey, our backup quarterback wears the same number. Let's throw him out there. You went mute.
So they recapped the bullshit with the War Games match. Brock Lesnar and Roman joining the match is still the latest with that. The Walkers were Team Heyman. There's some sort of advantage match or something with the good guys. And then we have Penta, who's facing Solo Sikoa in the Cena tournament. We have Carmelo Hayes, who's facing Gunther in the Cena tournament as well. And we have Seth's husband, who's got to do something interesting. And Roman Reigns comes out. Cody Rhodes interrupts before Roman can say anything because that's what they do. And Cody wants to know why Roman's teaming up with the good guys. Roman says he's been in this war before, and Cody's just now starting it. And Roman and Cody don't like each other, but neither one of them play around when it comes to family. And half of the good guys is Roman's family, and before that they were his bloodline. And Roman's been invested in the Usos for a long time and wants to see the investment through. So Cody says, "Cool, welcome to my team." And then he goes to shake Roman's hand. Roman, I don't know, he kind of has like he smelled a fart look on his face. Like, I don't want to shake your hand. Then Punk comes out. CM Punk, that is. He says he's not worried about Roman because if Roman fucks over Punk, he's also fucking over the Usos. But he takes the issue with Cody calling it his team. Because remember, Cody did hitch his wagon to Punk and the Usos. So for him to just say, "Oh, it's my team," all of a sudden, I can kind of see where Punk's coming from. And then Punk says, "You might be the quarterback on Fridays, but this is Monday night, and I'm the champ." And Roman says he doesn't give a fuck whose team it is. He hates Team Heyman more than Cody and Punk. So that's his incentive. And he said, "Since we're being honest, that title would look really good on me." And then Punk, like a goober, is like, "Oh, who are you talking to, Roman? Me or Cody?" And Roman was like, "Y'all figure it out." Like there's even a choice.
There is
seriously, there's not a choice. If you're gonna go after one of the two belts, which one are you gonna go after? The little consolation prize, which Roman called it, or the undisputed title?
Well, if you're on Raw now,
which Roman isn't.
Isn't he?
No, he's on SmackDown. You just don't know that because they've just been interchanging each and every week.
Okay. Yes, then I didn't know that. I was going to say, Roman is confident enough, I should say, to think he can make any of the, like if he were to get the other title, which he hasn't held, and he can make it relevant, or it would be the relevant title because he's holding it.
I suppose, but I don't know if Cody's holding it. I guess it depends.
Well, I was just thinking, they could, because it's the one Roman hasn't held, so.
But who cares?
He does.
He called it a consolation prize. He said you had to make that belt because of me.
Yes, but remember when he came out that one time and he looked at it, he's like, maybe I want that one too.
He doesn't want that one. Come on. That he said that because when he had the undisputed title.
Yeah.
He was going to make that a part of his collection because he knows what the real prize is. He just said that as an aside, like, maybe I'll just take that little trinket too. Put next to my real belt. So anyway, we have our forced arbitrary dissension laid out for the men's war game match. And then we have Team Heyman backstage. Paul Heyman wants Drew McIntyre to keep a low profile because he's still under suspension. With that said, Heyman thinks it's a great idea to have him in the advantage match tonight. So I had to laugh at that. Like, oh, I need you to stay back here and in my sight at all times. But you're in the match tonight.
Of course.
And his partner is going to be Logan Paul. And we also learned that Lesnar's coming and he's going to look for Roman. Later, the good guys had a thing. The Usos are representing them. Is ultimately what that boils down to. Jay tried. Gotta hate him. What do we have here is good thing we got a good bickering going on, but the Usos are going to go ahead and take care of business like we always do. Fuck you, Jay. With a little clapping. Oh, God. So then we get Gunther versus Carmelo Hayes. Gunther once again took forever to beat a nobody. Hayes kicked out of a powerbomb, fought out of a sleeper hold. Same Carmelo Hayes, they needed to have R-Truth imported just to have somebody to beat. Yeah, would have been a great match if it wasn't a jobber. Instead, this just made Gunther look bad again.
Yeah. More competitive matches with the undercard.
Which, yeah, I know it's supposed to help Carmelo Hayes somehow, but all it does is
people were all over it.
Oh, were they?
Maybe this will show. It's like, oh, this will finally show management that they need to push Hayes. Okay.
I want to know why the guy that loses to Kit Wilson is going to toe-to-toe with a 2-time world heavyweight champion.
Well, he didn't lose to him, to be fair.
He almost beat him, though. He had him on the ropes. He took Gunther to the limit. This motherfucker who hasn't won anything.
Yeah.
But instead of having, like, power levels and psychology and shit, they just, oh, no, let's put 20-minute matches on. For no fucking reason. Everybody's the same. Your world heavyweight champion could go toe-to-toe with some fucking asshole that couldn't even win in the tag division. He couldn't win with help. So then we get Dominic Mysterio. He comes out to talk shit. Oh, yeah. He comes in to talk shit about Cena. Says he's ending Cena's retirement tour, taking his IC title back. And he says he doesn't matter if they cheer for Cena because he's not here tonight. And Cena would never come to a shithole like Oklahoma City. And sure enough, Cena's music hits. Then a little midget Cena comes out with a little midget cameraman called Stu. Dom tells Little John that no one interrupts him and he should drop the little Cena where he stands. But Dom is going to give Little Cena a chance to walk away. Then Little John talks tough, calls him the worst Mysterio of all time. Dom whispers in his ear, he's like, oh, this isn't part of the plan. Little John starts he starts going rogue and selling the Survivor Series match. Dom, of course, just beats the shit out of Little Midget. And he does a 5-knuckle shuffle, 619, frog splash. Rey Mysterio Jr. came out, and the next match just started.
This was a great segment.
Wasn't it?
Yes, this actually felt like a wrestling segment.
Thank you. I saw Dave and Brian bitch about it. Like, oh, this is so tasteless. It's out of date. No,
Oh yeah,
motherfucker. This is entertainment in wrestling. You got the bad guy talking shit about the good guy. The good guy's music hits. Oh no, it's a little representative of the good guy, so the bad guy could beat the shit out of somebody.
yeah. It's just like that's just what you do in wrestling. That's the problem. Everybody, there was a lot of people like that. Oh, why are we doing this in 2025? It's so tasteless. Like such campy comedy. Why are you like? It's not funny to be beating up little people.
It
Well,
absolutely is.
he
Did you not
300
see him
kicked
get kicked in the face? That was the funniest thing ever.
Yes. Like he 300 kicked him. That was funny.
Yes, effortlessly too. He's like, Dominic did it like a spoiled little child.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see how you didn't like it, but and then that's why people are trying to ruin wrestling. Trying to get stuff like that. Someone I saw people were like, "Oh, Vince must be there. He must have stolen the pin."
God, I wish Vince was here.
Like, yeah. Oh, you mean we might be getting creative shows now?
Yeah, we might be getting something good to watch.
Yeah.
Well, after that, Rey Mysterio Jr. beat McTurd. Balor tried to attack Mysterio after the match, so I'm sure they're going to wrestle next week. Then we had Adam Pearce backstage. No Definition Rodriguez said something stupid, didn't pay attention, and then New Day are finally getting tag title shots against AJ Styles and his masked Mexican.
Yep, the nameless team.
And then they show Brock Lesnar arriving to the arena. I wish they would have had him just demolish innocent bystanders because he got embarrassed by Roman. I don't know, it's just weird seeing him walk by people without killing them.
Yeah.
Girl War Games, I skipped all of it. There was a brawl. Io dove on everybody.
Standard standard build. Becky Lynch, she basically she had this thing where she was pumping up her team, but saying like she's the best, of course.
Of course.
She's like, "Oh yeah, first there's Asuka. I mean, I beat her 9 out of 10 times, but she put up a good fight." And then she's like, "And then we got Nia Jax. She's strong, but not as strong as me, of course, but she's strong. She's gonna be the heavy hitter. Lash Legend. If you listen to me, you're gonna go places." So she did that thing. Called herself the leader.
Sounds like you enjoyed Becky's little promo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it was okay.
We had Solo Sikoa versus Penta. Penta did a Frankensteiner off a barricade, hurt his shoulder. So they just stopped the match because they're pussies. It should have been a count out. And yeah. If they did a count out finish instead of the stoppage, they wouldn't have had the, dangerous Samoans just standing around walking around, just doing nothing. I think Solo was talking shit to the crowd at one point. And Taller Tonga was just standing there. But they're supposed to be dangerous.
Well, yes, that is true. But luckily, for most people, this happened all during the commercial. And then they came back from commercial, showed the replay, and then the ref rung the bell. So we didn't see.
Oh.
Like, I saw some highlights of, like,
Okay.
I guess Solo was talking shit to people and,
Yeah,
time.
It kept cutting to Taller Tonga, who was just standing over Penta. They're supposed to be like these dangerous Samoans that you can't control. So in my mind, he would see blood. He would see blood in the water and just take him.
Your mic cut out.
He would see blood in the water and just take him out.
Oh, yeah. But get
I don't
well
know.
soon, Penta, of course.
I get it. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry. Yes. Get well soon, Penta. Of course. I'm just thinking about the match. God damn it.
And then now we have the even weirder scenario of Gunther versus Solo.
Well, then we have no talent Dupree wasting TV time. All the challengers are coming at her like cockroaches. We learned that Ivy Nile is still employed for some reason. And then Pierce has to step in and shield the champion.
It's a little bit weird. What they got going on?
And yeah.
Like what?
He had her.
Mm-hmm.
What is? Oh, you better call Natalia. Get that help.
Yeah, why is he like? Yeah, Roxanne Perez was like in her face, and he's like, "Do we have a problem here?" It's like, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah, fuck you if you like this shit. Seriously.
Well, you would think. I see what they're. I know what they're doing. Like, oh, basically it's open season for the Intercontinental title because it's Maxine Dupree. But you would think if she did go out there and just beat Becky Lynch, who fancies herself the greatest of all time, that would bring some confidence to her, and she would be like, "I just beat the greatest of all time. Like, I'm ready for anything." Even if she's not, you would think she would have that confidence. And then she gets out there, like it could even like be the start of a heel turn where everybody's like, "You're not that good, Maxine. I beat the greatest of all time."
I think it's funny that Pierce said, I haven't had as many challenge requests for a champion like I have for you."
Yeah, because everybody knows it's open season.
She sucks. But then Pierce has to step in and white knight for her.
Yeah, but I just thought they could have done something where she just has uh this confidence of, "I'm the greatest. I beat the greatest." And then they could even play it out week to week. She wins by luck each week.
But
And
how is that
then
supposed to help her? I don't know. I don't want my champions to be champions. I don't want them to be a little fluke champ. That's a heel shit.
I know it would be a heel turn,
Okay.
but I don't know. I was just trying to say they could put some story behind it.
Bad guys won the War Games advantage match. Logan Paul pinned Jimmy Uso. They had the Bronze come out for more moral support. Then Cody and Punk came out to instigate a fight. Like the Bronze came out, they didn't do anything. And then the Cody and Punk came out and they just started fighting, which to me, they were the bad guys in that situation. So brawl ensues. Logan Paul steals the pin. And then Punk starts beating the shit out of Logan Paul for no reason. And the brawl continues. Roman comes out and does what Roman does. Then Brock comes out and falls on his ass. Yeah. And then my feed cut off right as the brawl started. But it looked like the good guys won the brawl. And then they gangbanged Logan Paul after.
Probably. I don't know about the gangbang part, but
they all dumped Prime on him.
Yeah, I didn't see that part, but no, the feed cut out with the brawl ensuing. So.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't just me.
Yeah. And then Brock Lesnar busted his ass, and kind of took took away from the whole segment. From being honest, because it's like, oh, he ain't doubting himself this time, and then yeah, I don't, and I don't understand the fall either, because he fell backwards, but he didn't like kick trip himself or anything. He just fell.
The only thing I can think of is his shoes were slippery.
Oh, I guess there's that. Because yeah, there was a clip floating around afterwards. He was like pointing at a spot on the floor.
Yeah, Heyman made the excuse of water.
Could have been.
I think he said something about water being on the entrance ramp. Which, yeah, that could have been, but I don't know if you ever had dress shoes that were unnecessarily smooth on the sole.
And he was wearing boots, so yes, could have happened.
Yeah, he wouldn't have like real cowboy boots. He'd have show cowboy boots.
The dancing kind.
Give me 1 second.
All right. Let's check and see what's going on while we're. Oh, we got a comment. Garrett, thank you for the comment. Thank you for being in chat. We are going to get to Survivor Series a little bit later. We're going to go over SmackDown here in a second. That shouldn't be too long because SmackDown, I don't even. It was a tape show. It was Black Friday. It's like, why did they even put that on the air? But
Which is like most SmackDowns.
this one
Why'd they put it on the air?
Yeah, this one was especially like just you should have just aired some rerun of some special or something. Like air episode 1 of Unreal or something, and it would have been more entertaining.
Well, we are in Denver, Colorado. The Walkers were Asuka and Charlotte Flair because they have an advantage match or something. And then we have Solo Sikoa and the MFTs. They're having a Survivor Series match that means nothing against Sammy and his jobber team. And then LA Knight, he stopped and interviewed about Sheamus being injured. And Knight's pissed off that Aldis hasn't named his opponent yet. He goes on this tirade about the decks being stacked against him, which I think he felt silly after saying all that when he finds out who his opponent is. Because it's The Miz.
It was, but
we later find out. R-Truth was also there to talk about his fucking balls. They couldn't even let R-Truth be in the tournament.
Yes. And I was just thinking, like, all these weeks wasted, and then he wasn't even in the tournament.
He's talking about his fucking balls.
Yeah, for weeks he's been doing this little ball skit.
He's not in the fucking tournament. I know he wrestled Cena, but he could at least be in the goddamn tournament, right? Isn't that why he came back, to be part of the show?
Yes. Especially, again, it was weekly television of him trying to get in this tournament, and then he wasn't even in it.
No. It was just ball jokes. That was his purpose.
Well, the purpose was to get in the tournament.
No, the purpose was to make ball jokes.
Well, he could have done that without asking to be in the tournament.
He could have, but he didn't. So from here on out, anything R-Truth is in, fuck it. You can tell me if there's anything remotely interesting. I'm tired of wasting my time with him. So we have Jey Uso versus Rusev. Seems really silly after Jey Uso last week to see him in the Cena tournament. But Rusev lost another match. Jey kicked out of a Machka kick and broke out of the Accolade, so bully for him. And then we have Solo Sikoa, Gunther, Jey Uso, and LA Knight and or his mystery opponent. None of these men have extensive history with Cena.
Right. The only one really is Jey Uso.
I'd say the only
And
one is Solo because he did the thumbs.
oh, and Solo, yeah.
Jey Uso, I mean, they've worked together, but was there a Cena Jey Uso feud?
He eliminated Cena to win the Rumble. So that would be the only connection there.
Okay. But yeah, there's no like extensive history with any of these motherfuckers.
No.
1 second again.
And as he's gone, I guess we can jump to the next segment. Or we can talk about it. So it's funny, just as a side note while he's gone, there was those reports when Rusev was leaving AEW about him refusing to lose. And it seems now in WWE that he does nothing but lose. So it's just funny that that was such a thing. And then now it's coming up again because stories of Bob Lashley and the Hurt Business are refusing to lose. So it's like, you guys keep bringing up this story. Also, there's no creative control in AEW, of course. Sounds awful like creative control there, but you guys keep bringing up this story, yet it just, I don't know. When you want to get that narrative out, you get that narrative out. But Rusev, oh yeah, he doesn't want to lose to anybody, and now he's losing. So,
And now he's a joke.
well, there's that. But yeah, I'm just saying, like in AEW, there it was all like he never wants to, he doesn't want to lose. That's why he's been sitting at home. But now he's in WWE and he does nothing but lose. So, which one was correct?
We had a Damian Priest interview. Apparently, he's still feuding with Aleister Black. Zelina comes in and talks shit for Black. And she's got glittery black paint on her hands because she wants to be a manager of Hot Topic. Ripley popped up. Looks like we might get another stupid intergender match. She wanted to talk to Priest.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
I do. They're going to do Priest and Ripley versus Black and Zelina.
Sure. Just wake me up when it's over then.
Yes. No shit. We have girl bullshit. Chelsea Green wasted time until Jay Cargill kicked her ass and Alba Fires. Why is she still there?
Because she's the secret Hervis.
Okay.
She's the only bodyguard left, apparently.
There was something about the girl War Games match that I've skipped past. Did the same thing when the Bad Girls did their little segment later. Cargill had a thing with B-Fab and Mia Yim. Yim still thinks she's in the hood. She also wants to check Cargill on her attitude. And I'm just like, what is with these fucking losers just stepping up all the time? This bitch couldn't win the U.S. title from Chelsea Green, of all people, and she wants to check Cargill on her attitude.
Well, there was actually a lot there, yes. So there was that. So Cargill, I don't know why she's feuding, as she's supposed to be a heel, but she's feuding with Chelsea Green, who's also a heel. So there's that, first of all. And yeah, second, when she was in the back, she stepped to B-Fab and she's like, "You got something to say?" And B-Fab just looked at the ground. She's like, "Exactly." So I don't know. B-Fab may be joining her little faction that she's trying to create.
Cargill's creating a faction.
It hasn't been teased. It hasn't been said, but she's she seemingly has reverted back to her AEW gimmick. So when she was in AEW, she had a faction. So
Okay. Why do they need factions?
I don't know, but it just seems like they're just going back to the AEW gimmick. It's like she's doing. Oh, we didn't. I didn't highlight this because I just thought it would have been extremely bad taste to do it. But she's trying to start her baddie section again, which is basically, you know, good looking girls in the crowd.
Mm.
And she's trying she posted on social media, oh, uh let me see the baddies and tell me where you're from. And this was like a Twitter thread, and everybody was responding, oh, I'm a baddie over here. Boy. The amount of, I don't know if it's delusion or self confidence that was going on there. A lot of, well,
Yeah.
I would say this is a surprising amount of, but also no. And she specifically said girls, but there was a lot of men
Well,
in that section.
they're out of Jacksonville, right?
Well, she wanted from everywhere.
I see.
And I was like, you guys are ultimately my thing was like, maybe the WWE crowd has just changed. Because remember back in the 90s, they'd have, women like DX, when they would show women, they would be decent looking. But this was something else. It was so bad that, yeah, I wanted to do a segment on it, but I was like, nah, that's just mean.
Well, yeah, it just kills me how these people have no fucking sense of reality. You got Mia Yim checking Jade Cargill. It might be me. Ah! Just kick her in the head.
That will happen.
So LA Knight beat Miz, of course. Don't even know why they wasted time. They really wasted an opportunity. They could have had like Alex Riley or anybody. But no, they used Miz.
I will give them credit that it was kind of clever how they did it.
Was it?
But yeah,
They just did the Jericho thing.
well, it was clever. So, and I had to watch it back because I didn't catch it the
Okay.
first time. But so, what had happened was, the Miz, he was backstage begging Aldis for a chance. Aldis says, "I've already made my choice, and it's this person right here in this ball." So he opens the ball, and he has the half of the ball open with the piece of paper sticking out. Then in walks R-Truth, and him and Aldis are now going back and forth over his ball jokes. While they're going back and forth, the Miz takes the paper and switches it with a paper with his name on it. And then Aldis grabs the paper, looks at it, and it's the Miz. So I would say that's clever. And then also ultimately it ends in a Miz match, so can't get too excited. But also then it's like, whose name did he take out? So now that person's gonna have a problem with him. Like, oh, it was supposed to be me. It's probably R-Truth, but oh well, I guess that makes the most sense that it was actually Truth's name in the ball there, and then the Miz switched it out for his name. But then we're gonna have a Miz R-Truth feud. It's like, well,
I don't know. I would have liked to see them use R-Truth in any other way possible way.
Literally anything else.
Yeah. Remember when he talked tough to Bubba Ray?
Yeah.
Do you think he ever called and apologized? I'm sorry.
No, I think Bubba Ray knew what was going on.
He did, but Truth clearly didn't. Truth
No, I
clearly thought
mean,
he was starting to push.
well, I'm saying I think Bubba Ray knew that this was Truth, getting his character over.
Mm. We have an Eli Dragunov interview. He starts immediately addressing Tama Tonga, and then Tommaso Ciampa interrupts. Ciampa says he's who Dragunov should be worried about. And he also said he took Fraxium's mask, and now he's going to take Dragunov's title. Dragunov, who's been having open challenges all week, every week, has to think about it. This is stupid. This is really fucking stupid.
Well, they're still trying to, I don't know, create some kind of story.
They have the story. It's just a dumb story. Like, how are you going to have a guy he has open challenges every week. You got a guy like blatantly challenging him, and he's like, "No, you're a jackass."
And then you have a guy who's, yes, he's challenging him and he's getting denied. And then you got a guy who is not even trying and saying, "Oh, I'm gonna get you later."
Yeah.
Tama Tonga, "I'm gonna get you later." Well, if he actually said words, that's what he would be saying. But no, I think he said, "I'm coming for you." He actually said those words. What he needs is Tonga Loa to be talking for him. "We gonna get you, sucker."
Well, Charlotte Flair beat Asuka, of course, so they get the advantage. Then we have the MFTs versus Team Jobber. So instead of like really establishing the MFTs as a monster team, they had a competitive match with 5 men whose win total you can count on one hand. Shinsuke Nakamura tried to do the come on, and he got trucked, which I thought was funny. Jeff Cobb got eliminated first by the Motor City Machine Guns. Tama Tonga got eliminated by Nakamura. Ray Phoenix pinned Tonga Loa. And then Taller Tonga eliminated both Machine Guns. Then Ray Phoenix kicked his ass. Which, you got this giant, and you got the smallest Mexican guy, and he's just kicking his ass. No problem. Tama pinned Phoenix. So now we see Super Sammy in action. He pins Tama Tonga after a hell of a kick. He gets Taller Tonga to count it out. And then Solo finally wins after a spike. And then he got attacked by the Wyatt Sucks after.
Yay. They're bringing back that feud.
Yay, yeah. The feud nobody asked for.
I was okay with the eliminations, I guess. My only tweak I would have made was I would have had Talo Tonga be last man standing with Solo, or have him get disqualified towards the end, or counted out. But I would have had him like eliminate all 4 or all 3 other guys except for Sammy. And I just like the Survivor Series where it was like the whole team versus one guy, and then they have to rally from behind like that.
Yeah, that's kind of where they were going with that. It's just, it's Sammy, so fuck him. But
it was only 3 versus 1.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, that's still where they were kind of going with, where all the odds were against Sami Zayn.
Yeah,
And then
I mean that's pretty formulaic for a Survivor Series. Is some team has to rally from behind.
I just wish they would commit to this guy being a giant. Like you can't, I don't know, you can't have a giant go toe to toe with the little guys.
Especially when you kind of just squashed them a
No
couple weeks
shit.
ago.
That's what I'm telling you. Power levels.
Yeah.
That's why Gunther having a competitive match against Carmella Hayes frustrates me so much. Yeah, that was SmackDown though. Let's go ahead and move on to Survivor Series. War Games.
War Games.
San Diego, California. The Walkers are brought to us by PS5, so that's good. We see the good girls, then the bad girls. I guess Seth's husband is the captain, despite being the last to join. So that's good. Good for them. Some more girls. I forgot there was another girl match. I had a hearty chuckle after that. We have Dominic Mysterio closing it out. Then they had a really good opening video. But they really should have showcased War Pigs more, I think. Since Ozzy, died and all. So they start with the Girl War Games. The official rules, one member of each team starts the match. After 5 minutes, a member from the advantage team will be released to enter the match. After a 3-minute period, alternating members from each team will enter the match until all competitors are inside the ring. Once all competitors have entered, War Games will officially begin. Once War Games begins, if a competitor leaves the cage, their team forfeits. And the only way to win is by pinfall or submission. I believe that's the same for the men as well.
Yes.
So Ripley wore a stupid mask, came out with a trash can full of Singapore canes. I hate her. Io Sky came out with her own branded trash can lid. I hate her too. Charlotte saved Ripley from getting misted from Asuka, so I guess they're best friends now. Then Io's trash can spot was fucking stupid. So she climbs the cage, and she's just standing there. And then you see AJ Lee just kind of reach up, and then Ripley's like, "Oh, do you need help?" And then AJ Lee goes, "Yes, please." So then Ripley puts AJ Lee on her fucking shoulders. So Io can get this goddamn trash can so she can dive on everybody. Meanwhile, everybody's just fucking standing there while this happens.
Yeah.
Fuck everything about this. Punk's husband tapped out Seth's husband after Seth's husband took a riptide.
I can't even defend this. I'm going to be honest. This match was not.
The build was terrible. The match was terrible. The people involved were terrible. I will say the only bright spot for me was the dude. The dude.
Well, I think you're referring to Lash Legend. And by the way, shout out to Lash Legend, or congratulations are in order. Her and it's Big Tricky Williams. I guess they got engaged over Thanksgiving. So, congrats for that.
I didn't know Trick Williams was out like that. Good job for him, for being open-minded and stuff.
Yes, but I don't know. I didn't I didn't like the match ultimately, and it wasn't. I should throw out there for the people who are watching, by the way. I am not just like, oh, because it's women, it suck. I give them a chance. This match, though, it was very formulaic. It was. It seems way choreographed. So it was basically the one person comes out. Okay, so we start with the two people, and then as the counter comes down, they go to a rest hold of sorts, and then the next person comes out. I mean, okay, Charlotte Flair, as she won the advantage, remember, so she had help at the beginning, and it was Io. She literally disappeared to the point where I was like, "Where is where is she? Where is she?" Because it was showing all around the ring, and you never saw her. And then finally, you see that she was like resting in one of the corners, and I was like, "Okay." So essentially, it was 1-on-1 when it should have been, because they had an advantage. It should have been 2-on-1. And then the next person comes out. They do the same thing, rest hold, and then it's basically a 1-on-1 encounter. And then the next person comes out, and now we got two people down, so it can be a 1-on-1 encounter. So it was never like an advantage. It was always 1-on-1 while everybody else laid down and rest, so the person can get their spot in. The good thing is not everybody came out with weapons. So yeah, as you mentioned, I think EO came out with trash can lid. Rhea came out with a trash can and kendo sticks. Um, Kyrie came out with a chain. But
Oh
outside of
yeah,
that,
she was fucking throwing it around like the chain weighed more than she did.
yeah, but outside of that, no one else came out with a weapon. So it wasn't like last year where everybody, they'd run down there and then, while your
Stop
team's
to
getting
get
beat up,
weapons.
yeah, like, oh, what am I gonna grab
That's
from under
true.
the
Yeah,
ring?
they didn't do that.
So yeah, I like that too. But yeah, it just, I don't know. It seemed like it was just super choreographed. Like, oh,
That's all women's matches, man. It's just a
get
dance
to their
routine.
spot.
It's not a fight.
Some of them are good. Like the Nikki and Vicaire match was pretty good.
Oh, shut up. Shut your mouth.
It was pretty good.
Okay.
But yeah, this War Games match, it just, I don't know, it didn't make it.
Well, then we get a Cena Dominic Mysterio hype video. Remember, Cena beat Dominic in Boston, Cena's hometown. Dominic wants his rematch in San Diego, Dominic's hometown. We also saw Dominic beat up Mini Cena again. Also, the girls got a WrestleMania commercial, so they can shut the fuck up now.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll find something else to complain about. But oh, why wasn't Bianca there? I don't know, because their finger's never gonna be fixed. She's gonna have to retire over that damn finger.
So we have Dominic Mysterio versus John Cena, Intercontinental Championship. No Definition Rodriguez and Tiny Perez came out with Dominic. So to me, this was nothing different from the first match. Then Dominic does a spot, does the spot that got Penta hurt. It looks like he's about to get stretchered out. And then in the ring, Cena, the GOAT, starts getting beat up by girls. Dominic would have won if the ref wasn't so pissed off about Dominic being faking his injury. So, No Definition Rodriguez does her finish, and then Tiny Perez hits a Canadian Destroyer on fucking Cena. This girl that can't, she can't look over the ropes. She's doing Canadian Destroyers to the GOAT.
Well, I'll just say she wasn't helping her stalker issue with what she was wearing.
Whatever. So Dominic tries to pin Cena after all that, and the referee, he doesn't even try. He's like, you were trying to be hurt. I don't like being bamboozled like that, Dominic Mysterio. So he didn't get the pin. Dominic forced a rope break on after getting locked in the FTFU. And Cena kicked out of a frog splash. Dominic kicked out of a FU. Cena started throwing shoulder tackles with reckless abandon. Eventually, the ref gets taken out by one of the Cena shoulder tackles. And then immediately after that, Cena locks in the STFU, which I'm like, why? He took out the ref. He saw him take out the ref. Like his eyes were open, right? He took out the ref. The ref is out. So why the fuck is he trying to win with a submission move when the referee's out? And he knows goddamn well the referee's out.
I don't know.
So Finn Balor and McTurk come out to help Dominic because they're still friends this week. Cena does a double FU to both of them. And then he hits another FU to Dominic. And then his retarded ass is concerned about a ref being in the ring. So he calls one out. But then fucking Liv Morgan's music hits. And it looks like Morgan is going to turn on Dominic, but it's a ruse. And she kicks Cena in the dick. And then she levels Cena, the GOAT, the greatest of all time, with a clothesline. So Dominic can win with a frog splash. Fuck.
She hit him with the title.
What was it?
Yeah.
Oh, did she hit him with the title? I didn't see that. That's even worse.
Yeah, so a 619, and then she hits Cena with the IC title, and then Dominic hits the frog splash.
Okay. My mistake. But either way, little tiny girl took out the GOAT. And then, yeah. Cena tournament really means nothing now.
Well, it's for to beat Cena on his final night.
Yeah, they at least had the Intercontinental Championship to look forward to for that. But now it's just the honor to face Cena on a Saturday night's main event.
The honor to beat on his final night.
It means nothing. His fucking retirement means absolutely nothing. It's forgettable.
His retirement's forgettable?
I was thinking, yes, this whole fucking thing has been forgettable.
Sorry, I had to sneeze.
From the time he came back to wrestle, the second he hugged Cody at Elimination Chamber to right now, it's been a fucking waste.
Oh, because of The Rock, of course, right?
Well, he didn't. No, it's not just because of The Rock.
Well, I thought it was a big moment for Dom to beat John Cena. Now he's going to be able to walk around and claim that. So that's going to do wonders for his character. By the way, Dominic goes into the last televised PLE for John Cena and beats him. So big moment for him. We're going to talk a little bit more about Dom later, but and put that on the resume. But yeah, so big moment for him.
It also doesn't make sense that why'd you take it off Dom to just put it back on him? This did nothing.
You know,
oh, okay.
They had to get that number in there.
But I mean, this doesn't raise Dom stock. He still needed girls to help him win. John Cena got beat up by girls. So I'm trying to understand what the fucking point of this was.
I mean, I think it raises his stock. He beat John Cena.
With the help of Liv Morgan.
Well, he's a heel.
and Roxanne Perez and
He's a
No
heel.
Definition Rodriguez.
He's a heel. And Finn Balor. And I'm
So
surprised there wasn't the Americanos out there either. But
they didn't. They did less than the girls.
yes, I'm surprised the Americanos didn't show up either. But apparently they were in AAA. So, um, I mean, heels cheat to win. Like he would, it wouldn't have been very
I just know
heel to just go in. And,
Hulk Hogan never got beat up by girls.
really? I want to say I'm already thinking maybe Miss Elizabeth got some
No,
got some
in
stuff
fact,
on
the
him.
storyline was Miss Elizabeth wanted to leave Randy Savage for Hulk Hogan, and Randy Savage couldn't handle it.
I don't know. I think he's taking a bump or two from a girl. This is
Show me.
also 2025. This isn't the
Doesn't make it
80s
any
where
better.
women are you know. I saw a match where your champion faced a little dude, Christian. You're a former, your big women's champion, which was Trish Stratus. Not
Cena's
she
whole
wasn't champion at that time, but I was just saying, like, one of the big champions for your time, and then she's against Christian. She gets no offense and gets destroyed. I've also seen the coach, Jonathan Coachman, destroy a woman because maybe it was just more realistic at the time.
Cena's
But
whole
now
thing
we're
is the weightlifting thing, right? He's the strongest, and he F5'd Big Show and Edge at the same time. He's Super Cena. He wants to be whatever superhero he was in the movies.
Peacemaker.
Yeah, that. So how does it help that image to see him get Canadian destroyed by the smallest person on the roster?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not defending it. I'm just
You were
telling you.
defending it. You were saying it's good.
I'm telling you it's good for Dom.
The heels.
Yes.
It's not good for
Okay.
him being in the same stratosphere as No Definition Rodriguez. Not good.
Well, now you got Liv Morgan back. And then there's going to be a story about, the Judgment Day, which I think they're going to be. I was thinking they should be out. This being Dom and Liv, they should break out on their own, which would pretty much kill the Judgment Day because Dom is the only saving grace for that faction. But
I don't even know why he's in it. They seem to hate him.
they do. But I don't know. I was seeing early like Edge and Lita vibes from Dom and Liv.
I guess.
But yeah,
They
they
need to
can
do a
break them
rated
out.
R show first.
Yeah. Now, obviously, they won't be doing any live sex celebrations.
Yeah, that's what I meant. They should.
Yeah. There's no way they would do that.
Yeah, because it'd be entertaining. Can't have that. Can't have something people would actually want to watch.
Yeah.
So we get the other piss break. Vaquer won somehow. She has a really nice corkscrew moonsault. I'll say that.
That's how she won.
Oh, okay. They call it a corkscrew splash. That's definitely a moonsault.
It has a name, and they've used it only once, and now they just reverted to corkscrew moonsault. I think Corey Graves called it. He actually called it a name.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, she calls this. I don't know. I can't repeat it because I don't know it, but they've used the name before.
I did see a lot of. Oh, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, I mean, it was a decent match. They were just in a spot where they weren't gonna. It was the dead spot, like before the men's war games, after the Cena match. It's just that, as you call it, a piss break match. Even though there was, by my timing, 20 minutes in between each match with commercials and promo packages and breaks, and then if you count the entrances, like
God,
20
the
minutes in
entrances.
between matches. Which I did find it nice because watching an AEW pay per view, they give you absolutely no time for nothing. Like it's match, into the next match, into the next match. It's like, when am I supposed to take a break? No. And this is Tony Khan. No, we gotta keep going. We gotta keep going, man. Come on, come on, come on. Next match. I can do this all night. I'm just getting started. Come on, man. God, slow down. Oh, let's run another 6-hour show right now.
I did see that people were pissed off that Nikki Bella lost.
They were, I don't know why.
She deserves more. Her return has been an embarrassment. Like, what the fuck? It's Nikki Bella. Like, stop trying to whitewash these fucking talentless bitches. They did the same thing with Michelle McCool. She's not a fucking Hall of Famer. Nikki Bella's not a Hall of Famer. They were never good. They're not even remotely close to being good. Stop it. Just stop.
Well,
Nikki
sure
Bella
was a small
represents
pocket.
Nikki Bella represents all of the things that were wrong with the women's division.
I wouldn't say that.
I would. She's part of the fucking Divas era where they were just fucking ass shakers. She still shakes her ass and she still comes out with her stupid glittery backwards cap. She's 50.
She's not 50. And two, yes, the women more attractive. What do you want from them?
She's 42.
Oh.
She's in her 40s. She doesn't need to be wearing a glittery backwards cap. A snapback.
She's also said in an interview that she's going to be getting bigger boobs. So there's that too.
Who cares? Is she doing anything with her face?
Anyway, next men's war games.
Oh, before that, the New Day were vying for the tag belts. Tried to pimp some stupid mobile app.
Yes, they have. I think it was like the WWE Supercard or whatever they call it.
But they're going to go for the tag titles on Monday or Friday.
Well, someone had to do the commercial spot.
No,
it wasn't enough for 20 minutes of commercials in between each match.
But yes, we get the men's War Games match. Breaker and Punk start. Breaker just beats the fuck out of Punk while commentary glazes the fuck out of Breaker. Man, they glazed him. Breaker's the future. Nobody's as dominant as him. Punk has never seen anybody quite like Breaker, even though Punk has wrestled Lesnar.
Has he?
Yes, WrestleMania. No, not WrestleMania. It was I think it was SummerSlam.
Or he's about to get that work again, apparently.
McIntyre came out and Punk got his ass beat for an additional 3 minutes. There was a cool Shining Wizard spot into a Claymore. Super Cody was after that. He climbed the cage because McIntyre wouldn't let him in, and then he dove on McIntyre. Cody elbows Punk because, of course, he did. Both Cody and Punk were bleeding, and then Punk and Cody hit Breaker with a Doomsday device. Breaker landed on his neck, which I thought they were going to do more with. It's kind of scary.
They kind of did do more with it. They sold it that he's a superhuman now because he got
Oh
up
yeah.
from that. Saying
I
it
don't
was
know
like,
how a lesser man would have died.
yeah. By the way, why was he green?
What
Can
was
you
who
explain
green?
that? Breaker.
What do you mean green?
He was green.
Like his skin color?
Yes.
I didn't know this.
Oh, okay. Well, he was green. And I know it had something to do with the spray or the tan he had on, but I was hoping you could fill in the gaps there on as obviously I'm not one for spray tanning. So
Well, I didn't see green. I'm looking at pictures. I still don't see green, so I don't know. I can't explain that. Maybe it's a Hulk thing. Like Incredible Hulk. It's the only thing I can think of.
I mean, the only thing I kind of thought, but then no one else, had any resemblance of it because I was watching uh, some old WCW war games,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of them would come out wearing like camo because war, and I thought maybe he was doing something like that, like camo for war games or green because war. By the way, I saw one of the war games I watched. It was Ric Flair, Larry Zabisco, Sid Vicious, and Arn. No, wasn't Arn Anderson. Someone else, doesn't matter. Versus Brian Pillman, Sting. Oh, Barry Windham, and it was versus Brian Pillman, Sting, and I think it was Lex Luger. No, and the Steiner brothers. And the end of the match. So that War Games, the the thing was you either win by forfeit or by submission. There was no pinfall. And in that War Games, the ending was Sid Vicious, and he almost broke his neck. He power bombed Brian Pillman. The cage was so low, he couldn't get him all the way up and over. But he power bombs Brian Pillman, and then he power bombs him again. And Giant Gonzalez, before he was Giant Gonzalez, literally not in the match, runs out to check on Brian Pillman and forfeits the match. So a person who wasn't even in the match forfeited for the the Horseman to win.
Sounds like a WCW finish.
Yes, and this is early WCW too, so it wasn't even Russo.
Well, yeah, there's other people that were talking about Breaker being green, but there's no like explanation or anything like that, so I don't know. So you're not the only one. I didn't know this. I'm also kind of colorblind, so
There
that
you
could
go.
have something to do with it. Anyway, Logan Paul's next. He climbs to the top of the cage just to trade punches with Cody and climb back down. Then Jimmy Uso's next, and I didn't care. Oh, Jimmy grabbed a Slim Jim table and got claymored. Breaker hit Cody with the top rope Frankensteiner. Crowd told them specifically to use the table because they didn't give a fuck about the match. Then Bronson Reed's next. He hit everybody with a tsunami. And then the bad guys just kicked the shit out of the good guys. Jey Uso's after that. And he's a badass now, so he just takes out all the bad guys. And then Logan Paul hits he gets hit with a third. Logan Paul gets hit with a 3D And Jay does his gay theme song again. He has to run it back.
In the middle of a War Games match.
Yes.
We're yeeting.
So during the advantage, Jey Uso thinks dancing to his theme song is time well spent.
Yes. It was such an awesome moment, too. He's up there on the cage, he's yeeting. CM Punk is playing the chair as a guitar.
I also noticed the crowd didn't seem to be yeeting with Jay.
Oh, they were eating. Don't worry about that. They were
I didn't see
eating.
that. They weren't yeeting.
And I was also kind of disappointed that Cody Rhodes didn't get his a proper whoa.
Well, he came out all business.
Yeah, he could have stopped and whoaed.
Sure. Well, Brock Lesnar's last for the bad guys. He comes out with Paul Heyman. And he tosses everything that moves and starts hitting F5s. Then Brock gets a chair, which that doesn't seem fair at all. And he starts beating the shit out of the good guys. And then Roman's music hits. So Lesnar leaves the cage to meet Roman. There's an intense stare down on the entrance ramp, and then Roman just starts kicking the shit out of Lesnar. Lesnar, who beat the shit out of 2 world champions and the greatest tag team of all time, is easily bested by one guy.
Well, it's the Tribal Chief, of course.
Whatever. Then they start fighting in the announce desk area. Lesnar just F5s Roman through the announce desk. And he throws him through some shit ringside and then throws him back into the cage. So the match can officially start. And Lesnar hits Roman with another F5. Cody makes the save. Punk hits Lesnar with a GTS. Cody follows up with a Crossroads. Logan Paul dives off the cage to make that save. And then Heyman hands Logan Paul brass knucks. And Cody gets knocked out. And he tries to knock out Roman, but he gets speared. Now Roman has the brass knucks. And he's going to do Superman punches. And Breaker steps up to Roman. He gets speared. Lesnar goes to F5 Jey Uso, and he spears Lesnar through the Slim Jim table. And Breaker hits Jey with a spear, then Cody with a super spear. Punk tries to GTS Breaker. Paul saves him. So Punk GTS is Logan Paul. And then some hooded guy climbs the cage, gets in the ring, and there's, I don't know, Braun Breaker and Punk are both on their knees, and the hooded guy is just standing over both of them. And Punk's like, what the fuck? And Braun's like, what the fuck? And the hooded guy just does the little, you know, Seth Rollins does the super kick on the knees.
Yes.
Did that, did a curb stomp, then climbed out of the cage after staring at Braun. So we're supposed to believe that this is Seth Rollins. Well, Heyman in the back. What's that?
I said, are we? Maybe that's the whole thing. It's like, who's this mystery man?
We're supposed to believe it's Seth Rollins.
I don't think we're supposed to believe that. I mean, they even said on commentary he's using Seth Rollins' moveset. But if you see him, he practically jumped out of the cage. I don't think Seth Rollins can do that.
He can't do a curb stomp.
Who?
Seth Rollins.
Well, there you go. So he definitely can't jump out of the cage like that. Practically from the ropes all the way out the cage, that guy jumped.
Well, he climbed in the cage too.
I know, with the I'm just saying how easy he did it. Obviously, this was a very athletic person.
Yeah. So Breaker, yeah. So Punk gets curb stomped, and then he immediately gets to his feet. So Breaker can spear him for the win. And then Heyman and the bad guys celebrate after the match. Roman helps up Punk, and Cody just gets in his face for some reason. Roman ends up telling Cody he'll never team with him again.
Until next War Games.
Of course.
I did enjoy the men's match. Obviously, a lot better than the women's match, which made me question if I was even a wrestling fan anymore.
No shit there.
I was like, maybe this is it. Maybe I'm just not a wrestling fan anymore. Like, if this is a good match, then I don't know. Maybe it's just past me.
That
Like,
was not a good match.
yes.
The men's match was a good match. I mean, there wasn't really anything to it, but there didn't really have to be. I think the main thing is the hooded. We have intrigue, right? It's not just something that happened and we're gonna have to move on to the next thing. There's at least something to go off of.
Yes, there was a so one again. It wasn't like everybody coming out with weapons. Um, there was just the table and the chairs, so that aspect was good. I like the fact that there was an actual advantage. So like McIntyre came out and uh, Breaker didn't just go sleep for for 3 minutes until it was even. They beat the shit out of Punk for 3 minutes, and it just always felt like when the bad guys, it always felt like they had an advantage when they had an advantage. So I like that, and I like the little touch of when Roman's music hit and Brock Lesnar just leaves the cage, and there was that shot of Roman walking, and then you just see Brock standing there, looking like Brock. And I was thinking, like, yes, it's Roman Reigns, but I don't know if it were me and it was like, oh, I'm about to go and fight, and then I turn the corner and see that waiting for me, it's like, never mind.
No shit.
Like, yeah, just look like a bear with abs. It's like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna keep going now. I'm gonna turn back the other way, as a matter. Uh, so I like that little touch, and they kept harping on the fact that if someone leaves the ring after the match starts, it's a forfeit. I'm like, okay, so clearly someone's leaving the ring beforehand or something, because they keep harping on that. And then they did it, and then so overall it was like simplistic. They didn't do anything crazy. No one flew off the top of the cage, but they told a story. And then now, leaving War Games, we have the story of the tension between Punk and Rhodes and Reigns.
There
Drew
was not really
McIntyre.
tension between Rhodes and Punk. They had that little thing where uh, Cody elbowed Punk, but that was it. They didn't really go off of that.
Yeah, they didn't really follow up on that afterwards.
It's really about Rhodes and Roman again.
And then you have Breaker. He pinned Punk, so now there's something there. And then the mystery man. Who's the mystery guy? Which I have my guesses. Now apparently it's already floating around online who it is.
Who's that?
I don't know. I haven't looked. I want to be surprised.
Okay.
So I have my guesses. A lot of people say it's Austin Theory. But again, you got to pay attention to how fluently that guy flew out of the jumped out of that cage.
You don't think Austin Theory could do that?
I don't know. Maybe he can, but he's a bigger guy, so and also the way he like how easily he climbed into the cage. So I'm thinking it's like a smaller guy because his the smaller guys their feet can maneuver around in the in between the links a lot easier.
That's Austin Theory. He's smaller.
So it could be theory. I was guessing it could be like Carmelo Hayes.
I thought it was Jericho.
I didn't. Not moving like that. I knew it wasn't Seth Rollins again. Moving like that. The other guess would be like maybe Montez Ford.
Well, they could still say. I guess they could say who they could reveal it to be whoever they want it to be, because the person's masked right now. So it could be, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It could
they
be
could
Roseanne
switch.
Barr.
Yeah, they could switch. They could have just had someone
Yeah, that's
do
what I'm
that.
saying.
Someone super athletic do that, and then yeah, the actual reveal is someone else. But those are my guesses right now. Those three: Hayes, Theory, or Ford.
Why?
And I don't think it's Ford at all
Why Hayes?
because there was a yeah, it doesn't make sense. Hayes, but there was a
Okay.
story floating around that Paul Heyman refused to work with uh, Carmelo Hayes, and like they had a meeting, and he wouldn't even look him in the eye. They're trying to make
Didn't that
Paul
turn
Heyman
out to
out to
be
be.
bullshit?
It was, but what they're trying to do. Oh, Paul Heyman's one of them, even though he's very much not. But yeah, even Hayes was like, "This is bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, stop trying to make stuff up, or stop trying to make shit." But it was like, oh, why is that floating around there? Maybe they're just like, why is that even? I get it was bullshit, but why is that even like being brought up? Are they
Because
trying
it
to just
always
put,
is.
or are they just trying to put like Hayes' name out there, even if it's a
Uh,
made up story?
Maybe they're just trying to get Heyman fired.
Could be.
But yeah, those war games. I think I don't know. Just for S and G's, I think I'm going to stick with Jericho. I wasn't on board with that, and I kind of talked myself into it. Like they could just replace with whoever climbed the cage doesn't have to be who they reveal.
Right. So yeah,
And I think I could see Jericho doing something like that.
and it would even be more funny because like, there's no way Jericho climbed the cage like that.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, they left us with a little cliffhanger. Again, this apparently it's already been spoiled, but I'm not gonna seek it out. I'm gonna wait for the actual reveal on TV.
All right. Well, that was war games. Next week we have WCW Bash at the Beach. That's our tag team match for the World Heavyweight Championship. So it's Sting and Nash, and I forget who the other people are.
It
It'll be good.
is, yeah, Macho Man and someone.
Is it Psycho Sid? Now I gotta look it up because I'm an asshole.
Maybe it is.
It is. Yeah. Randy Savage and Psycho Sid versus Kevin Nash and Sting.
For the singular World Heavyweight title.
Yes. So that'll be fun. But that is all I have.
And with that, then we will get into some stories. But before we do, of course, let's check the chat and see that there's no one here. That's fine.
While you do that, I'm going to take a quick pee break.
All right. So, yes, there is no one here for the chat. That's okay. Been going for quite a while, so you guys can catch us on the replay. I do see we did have a comment. Garrett, he said Survivor Series 2025 was a good show. We just went over it. I thought it was pretty decent outside of the women's War Games match. Did not like the women's War Games match, but I liked the Cena Dom match. I did like the Vicaire Nikki Bella match. Men's War Games was awesome. Well, I take that back. Not awesome, but it was really good. So, and those are your 4 matches. So, couldn't say it was a bad show. Just the opening wasn't good. And that's the end of the comments. But if you're around, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And if you're on the replay, what's up, Team Replay? And we can talk about some stories here. So this was a funny story that came out. This came out today. So apparently, the WWE, they were putting out, as they were setting up the War Games stage today, or maybe it wasn't today, it was a couple days ago, because I saw the Jinder Mahal thing a couple days ago. But as they were setting up the stage on the Titantron, they showed Stone Cold Steve Austin, they showed Jinder Mahal, and they showed Edge's graphics. And yeah, someone was leaking it online, and they thought, oh, these are the people who are going to be returning at Survivor Series. Well, it turns out that the WWE, and this is the story that broke here, the WWE, they figured out that someone was live streaming the setup from their apartment that just so happens to have a view of the stadium, and they basically did it as a troll. They specifically chose those titles while testing lighting and sound because they discovered someone in a nearby apartment was live streaming the setup process. Someone in WWE decided to have some fun to see who would leak it. So that's just a funny little story there. And I know people are going to have a...
What a apartment view.
I know, right? And I was looking as the show was going on, I'm like, where would this guy have this apartment view from? Because the seats are way up, so like he must be all the way up at the top.
Or very far away with like binoculars or something. I don't know. That's kind of cool though that you could be able to watch games.
Yeah.
I mean, it's baseball, but still.
It is, but then it would also. I bet it would suck because yeah, because there's games going on like right outside your window. You hear the fans cheering, like maybe you got to get up early, and they're out there cheering, and loud music's playing, and the bright lights are on, and you're
I bet he doesn't. Yeah, I bet he doesn't even. Maybe the traffic. That's about it.
yeah in the traffic. It's like when you
Well, it's the
when you have
Padres though, so how much traffic would there be?
I don't know. I would say a lot probably. Um, yeah, it's like when you have like an apartment close to a train, and you gotta. I mean, we had I had an apartment at one point that was close to a train. Honestly, you stop hearing it. Like, yeah, it sucks at first, like your first month or so, but then you like oh, like you have someone over and it's like oh my god, there's a train. It's like oh yeah,
Well, if this guy, if he lives in the type of apartment that we're envisioning him living in, I bet he doesn't even notice.
yeah. And maybe you could put in like soundproof curtains or something, or sound reducing curtains. I don't
Well, I
know.
think the windows would be built in for that by the apartment complex.
Maybe. I guess it depends on when it was built and when that stadium was built.
How fancy it is.
But yeah, it's just funny as like as a joke they threw those out there. It's like oh so or as a troll job they threw that out there. It's like oh you knew so your troll job was to tease something interesting.
Right. I don't know why Jinder Mahal would like who would get all excited about that.
With his knees.
You cut out.
Oh, I was saying oh oh am I back?
Yeah, you're back now.
Okay. I
You
was
were
saying
talking
maybe
about
it was
Jinder Mahal.
I said maybe it was Stone Cold under the mask that did the stomp and basically leaped out of the cage with his knees.
Maybe, yeah.
um, but yeah, I was just saying like it's they troll us by showing us that there's something interesting is going to happen, and then you know.
Right.
But again, I wouldn't say it was a bad show, but you know,
No, I think it was actually probably one of the better shows of the year.
yeah,
You
yeah,
had a return, even though it was Liv Morgan. You still had a return, and then you had the thing with the hooded guy.
yeah,
So there's
yeah. You got
something
a
to
return and a teaser, so
yeah, there's something to look forward to. Now, when the payoff happens, that's something that's something else. But
of course,
the
so
build
if
up
they
at least
follow
will
through.
yeah, we'll be there.
But next up, let's talk about before we get into the Becky Lynch thing. Becky Lynch is feuding again. And, I don't even think it ended up being what it was, but we'll talk about that in a second here. We're going to talk about ESPN because I love doing these every time they put them out. ESPN has put out their 30 under 30. They do this now, it's become yearly. So they put out like the top wrestlers who are under the age of 30 in a rank form. And this year, the man who takes the number one spot, or should we go 10 then? So if you click on the, I'm gonna just okay. If you click on the link, it's gonna start at one.
Yeah.
So we can go 10, 10. So just jump page down, try to skip it.
10. I don't even know these people.
So,
Fuck you. Okay. This list has no credibility.
oh, you've already seen number one?
No,
All right, so
I saw 15. They have
15.
Lyra Valkyria.
Oh, well,
They don't
let
even
me
have
just run through
pictures.
the top 10 here. So, number 10 is Leon Slater. Never heard of him. Apparently, he is in TNA and he's 21 years old. Number 9, Roxanne Perez, 24 years old. She is on the main roster. She just did a code or pop rocks to John Cena. Number 8, Oba Femi. Uh, he's not yet on the main roster, so but he's in NXT, and I think we all know what he's been doing there. The Ruler. Blake Monroe is number 7, formerly Mariah May. Uh, I don't know particularly what she's been doing in NXT because I don't watch NXT weekly, but here we go. Number 6, which I thought was a little bit low, Baron Breaker. At number 6, 28 years old. And yes, just been CM Punk at War Games and has been tagged as the future of the company. But according to ESPN, he's only number 6. Number 5, Tiffany Stratton.
What?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Well, you know, they gotta
No, I
have.
don't.
If they didn't have women in the top 5, there's going to be a thing. So
Okay, we'll see who the top 4 are then.
number 4, and this is actually surprising to me, is MJF. He is number 4. 29 years old, AEW talent, of course. Now, the reason I say it's surprising is because he's really not done much this year.
He hasn't done shit since he lost his title. He had that thing with what's his face? The Devil. And then he tried joining the Hurt Syndicate and then kind of tapered off of that. And that's about it.
Yeah. I mean, he hasn't even really been on TV since then. That's what I'm saying. He hasn't done much on TV.
I think that's too high.
He's taken a backseat role, or he's taken an MJF role. He's been doing some movies. You know, he was in Happy Gilmore 2. I think he was in another movie. So yeah, he's just been off TV for a little bit. So it was kind of surprising to me that he landed there. Such high on the list.
Yeah, that's a little too high.
Number 3, Rhea Bloody Ripley. No surprise there. Again, you're gonna have a woman, and she's the top one at that. So
She's not higher than Breaker.
yeah, I'd have Breaker 2, honestly. Well, 1 or 2. And again, this guy's supposed to be the future. So
How old's
I don't
Gunther?
know. I think he's 32, if I had to guess. Oh, he's 38. So he just quite missed that
Okay.
under 30 mark. Number 2 is an AEW talent, and he's tops the list as AEW talent, and that is Kyle Fletcher. He is age 26. He's had a run with the TBS title. He's really transformed himself. Uh, I don't know. I guess I don't have a problem with it. I would argue that Breaker may be higher than that, but
I don't know who the fuck this guy is. Like, if you're gonna put an AEW guy, like I don't know, Hangman Adam Page or something, fine. But
again, they got to be under 30.
I was
It's just a guy Stevie Richards sits on every other week.
okay. So yeah, then Braun Breaker should not be 6. What the fuck? Tiffany Stratton should not be on. Tiffany Stratton should.
No.
What is going on here?
Under 30.
You cut out again.
Oh, golly. All right. Well, the top of the list, the number one, 30 under 30, is the man who just, as of last night, or just recently, depending on, I don't know. Golly, I messed that up. It is Dominic Mysterio. I messed that up so bad. Dominic Mysterio is the number one 30 under 30. The, as they call him, the champ, Intercontinental Champion, Triple I, Mega Campeon, and top of the list for ESPN.
Meh. He gets beat up by girls. Remember, he lost to Rhea Ripley.
He does. But
That disqualifies him.
I will say, along with Braun Breaker, he does have, like, he's basically all over Raw, and Breaker's all over Raw. So
yeah, Dominic would be awesome if he didn't allow himself to be pinned by a woman.
True. But he also pinned John Cena, so there you go. But that is
which makes Cena look awful. Doesn't help Dominic.
It doesn't. It does not. But according to ESPN, he is the number one talent. And then just to throw out some other notable names here, we have Javon Evans, the man who took Gunther to his limit at number 11.
Jesus Christ.
As you said, Lyra Valkyria, she was number 15. Dan Garcia. So we have more AEW talent. Danny Garcia at number 21. Jack Perry at number 22. Hook at number 23.
Why?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay. Why Jack Perry? See, this list doesn't make it. They're just naming people under 30. This list has no fucking rhyme or reason. Jack Perry hasn't done shit. Oh, God damn it. You keep cutting out.
What?
You keep cutting out.
I heard you, but why?
I don't know.
Hold on. Let me refresh. I'm gonna jump out and then back in. Hold on.
Yeah, it makes no goddamn sense for Hook to be part of this list. He hasn't done shit. Jack Perry, he reunited with Luchasaurus. That was his big thing after not doing anything with Tony Khan. They didn't follow up with his little neck break shit. So fucking list doesn't make any goddamn sense.
All right, I'm back.
Good deal.
Yeah, that should be good. We'll see. I don't know why I keep like my internet's good, so I don't know why I keep cutting out, but hopefully that fixed it. And yes, there's your 30 under 30 list. I'm a good fan of a list, so that's why I wanted to go ahead and highlight it. And lastly, before we get into our clips of the week, let's talk about a non-clip that also ties into a clip. This is why I've ordered it such a way. So Becky Lynch, she was on this interview with Burke. Well, her and Seth Rollins was on this interview with Burke Kirks, Kirkshire. I don't know. The guy who was
Bert
on Raw. Kreischer. Yeah, the guy who was on Raw who takes his shirt off. That's all you really need to know about him. But to be fair, I will say this was actually a kind of an entertaining little interview. But she was on this interview with him, and there's a lot of clips that started to come out from this podcast. The first one we were talking about is it wasn't even going to be a story because she was talking about her experience going on to the main roster, and she gave an example, and then it was the response that made it into something. But she starts off by saying, sorry, hold on. So she says, I started working, and we're not going to play the audio on this one because we got audio for the next one, and I don't want to just play this whole damn thing. So, so she said, I started working with Lacey Evans right out of the gate after WrestleMania 35. God bless her, but she wasn't, for me to go from the main event of WrestleMania to somebody who hadn't done anything was terrible. That's what Becky Lynch said. And again, if it would have stopped there, I mean, it wouldn't really have been a story. But then Lacey Evans jumped in, and she took obviously offense to Becky Lynch using her name in such a way. So she goes on to her Twitter and she responds, "Don't hate the player, hate the game. The only the only person who cried more than you was the baby I had on my hip while taking all the opportunities. When I come back, you will still do nothing but gently shake my hand and say how cute my little family is backstage."
Ooh.
So not only did she call Lynch out for crying backstage, and I assume she means crying for opportunity, but she said, she's going to be a two-face and, act like nothing happened. So,
I bet she would. She seems like the type.
Who, Becky?
Yep.
Well, I was reading through the comments on this, and I gotta say, I'm not sure. I'm not sure now. Because, yes, at first it was like, oh, she's shitting on Lacey Evans. But as people in the comments were saying, so it's like now become like a 50-50 on like the way she meant it. As people in the comments were saying, she wasn't saying, oh, I had to work with Lacey Evans. What she was saying was she was the main event of WrestleMania, and then she had to work with someone who basically had done nothing. So basically, they didn't follow up. So it was just that it's because she was working with Lacey Evans that she mentioned Lacey Evans. She didn't mean it like, oh, I went from WrestleMania to Lacey Evans.
You probably should have played the clip so we get the full context.
I should have. Maybe it was good to
Since
then
you're
play
saying
the
that
clip.
there's context or nuance or whatever.
Hold on, then I'll get it. I can find it. I'm not gonna go to the YouTube though. I will while I'm doing this. Uh, you news articles. If you're gonna do this stuff, like at least I don't know, timestamp. Hold on, let me see. I think I got it. Let me make sure.
Right, I found it.
Uh,
I start working with Lacey
Oh, why are you doing that?
Evans
is that me or
right
you?
at the gate.
It's me.
Like, so kind of really had, God
Try
bless
this
her, but
again.
she wasn't,
Okay.
working with, I start working with Lacey Evans right at the gate. Like, so kind of really had, God bless her, but she wasn't, for me to go from the main event of WrestleMania to somebody who hadn't done anything was terrible. I start working with Lacey Evans
So yeah,
right at
that
the
is
gate. Like,
that's
Oh,
the context there.
so
So
for her to go from main eventing WrestleMania to Lacey, what was Lacey Evans doing? She was knocked up by Flair, right?
they kind of started that, but then they didn't. Like she for real got pregnant, and then they tried to turn it into like Flair getting her pregnant. But that's when she was in a feud with Charlotte Flair, and I believe that was after this. So she was pretty new on the roster when she started working with Becky Lynch.
So
So
Becky
she,
had an opportunity to make another superstar, and she was pouting instead.
well, again, I don't think she was saying. Again, I just think she was saying Lacey Evans, but she wasn't saying Lacey Evans. I think it was more the story about she had main evented WrestleMania, and then
She was
now
main
she's
eventing
like in the
WrestleMania,
bottom
and then
feed.
she was given an opportunity to make a young superstar. And instead of doing that, she pouted and looked at it as a demotion.
Well, she was the hottest thing on the roster at the time. On the roster, this
Which
was
makes
right
even more sense
after.
for her to try to put somebody over.
Like she was in segments with The Rock. She was in segment with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh, I would have
You want
hated
her,
that fucking shit.
and you want her to go and work with Lacey Evans.
Yeah, who they were
But
really high on.
again, they were, but the fans weren't. And I mean, really,
Maybe if
there
they
was
would have got a
nothing you
better
could have.
performance out of pouty faced Becky Lynch, they would have liked Lacey Evans more.
Well, I don't know. I don't think she even had a. I honestly think Lacey. Again, yes, you should have a problem with it because it's your name that they're throwing out there. But she didn't even say anything that was false. You hadn't done anything. Like she told, she just said what it was. You hadn't done anything. It's like equivalent to Roman Reigns. He goes out and beats Brock Lesnar, and then the next night they have him feuding with like Austin Theory. It's like he hadn't done anything.
Austin Theory beat John Cena.
It would have been okay now, Austin Theory, but back then he didn't beat John Cena. Like that would have. I'm talking about back in WrestleMania 35 era. So
But he was
back then, I don't
he
even think he
was
was on the roster back then. As a matter of fact, but
but at
actually,
one
was
point in time he was Vince's little protege. So if you wanted to get Vince's protege over, what better way to do that than have him compete with Lesnar?
all right, Javon Evans. Gunther should be raising this talent up.
Well, there's a difference though. There's a difference between trying to raise up a rookie.
Got him.
No, you didn't get me.
I got him.
You didn't get me. Javon, hold on. Like, gotta give me a chance. Javon Evans is in the developmental NXT. Austin Theory was on the main roster. So if you want to build up another main roster guy, like this person belongs on the main roster. You don't have somebody from developmental.
All right, then Carmelo Hayes.
Well,
Now see if he would see if he had gone into a feud with, if they start a feud over this now.
well, no, because enough time has passed on Carmelo Hayes where it's a joke. If they would have done that, if they would have done that like right off the bat with Carmelo Hayes, then yeah, you would have been onto something. Like if Carmelo Hayes would have had if Carmelo Hayes would have debuted on SmackDown, maybe had a win or two, and then had a competitive match with Gunther, no problems. But now we've seen Carmelo Hayes' body of work. He's lost to the fucking Pretty Deadly guys, and they've had to import R-Truth just so he can get a win.
That's true.
Got him.
No, you didn't get anything.
Got him.
But yeah, I don't know. I just think it's I think it would have been a non-story had Lacey Evans not backfired.
Probably.
Fired
I
back,
think she
but-
overreacted just a little bit. She
But
didn't
again-
get talked about long enough for that kind of reaction.
Well, maybe she didn't, because again, we're in a clip. Maybe she read it and didn't hear it. Because again,
That's even worse.
because that's what I said. It was like, oh well, there's nuance to how she said it, and so yeah, maybe she just saw. Maybe she just saw because I think she even she quote tweeted from what was it, Wrestle something quote. What did she quote? She quote tweeted someone, so she might have just saw that little blurb. Yeah, Wrestling Purist. She quote tweeted Wrestling Purist. So that might have been all. That might have been her exposure to it. Just seeing the text here, and it's like this bitch, and then
Well, that's stupid.
But she said she did drop the "if when I come back." You're not coming back. First of all, you'd have to shut down the OnlyFans, and that's not going to happen. And let's not forget your actual roster run wasn't the best.
I liked when she was the Marine.
I actually liked her, but she just never connected with the crowd. Now we know why, but yeah, she just never got over with the crowd.
I enjoyed when she ripped off Sergeant Slaughter.
Even he got mad at it.
It's because he's a pussy.
It's like, oh, you're still my gimmick and don't even ask.
Yes. Why would I ask you? Who are you?
But yeah, I don't think she's going to be coming back, but
I hope they bring her back before Paige. That'd be great.
that would be. But yeah, ultimately, I don't think. Maybe neither one of them are coming back. But as we move on to our actual clips, now let's stick on this interview since we are already here. That wasn't the only thing that Becky Lynch said in this interview that seemed to stir up some feathers. Um, she also, in this same interview, she talked about a experience that she had on the main roster. Now, I personally think this was kind of a reckless thing that she did here, but let's play the soundbite first.
It was certain things. Like there was, I'm not going to name names, but there was a guy on the main roster who was like, be careful, because one, he'll try to sleep with you. If he sleeps with you, then he'll blacklist you.
Oh, Cody Rhodes. I knew it. He slept with, go ahead.
And if if he tries to sleep with you and you don't sleep with him, he'll also blacklist you. So there was this like line that you had to walk this tightrope. You know him, definitely. But anyway, at one point,
hey guys, hit it up in the comments.
At one point, he got my number, and I remember being like,
she's trying to talk about this like traumatic experience or like the serious subject, and he's trying to fucking giggle like a little girl. Shut the fuck up and let her talk her story.
He is kind of like brushing it off. He's got to get his jokes in. Like, I know that must be bad for you, but let me tell my jokes. I'm sure that'll make it better.
Yeah.
Like, how do you walk this line of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like not trying to. Anyway, so so there was always this thing of like, because
it definitely wasn't Rollins.
Well, it's funny you say that. So again, that was pretty much the end of the clip there. I think it was irresponsible for her to even bring this up. Because if you're not gonna you can't say a story like that. And again, maybe she didn't think it was gonna be such a big deal. I don't know why she wouldn't have. I mean, he didn't think it was a big deal because he's making jokes about it. But yeah, if you're not going to put someone's name on it, I don't know. Why even bring it up if you're not prepared to put someone's name on it?
I don't know. I'd have to listen to the full context of the conversation.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, like, why she would bring it up. I'm not saying that we need to listen to it for. I'm not suggesting we go back and yeah.
Oh, so I can fill you in there. So she brought that up because he was diving into their history, her and Seth Rollins, like how they became a thing. They talked about how they started out as friends. They started out as friends. They were both in relationships with other people, and then she was saying about like.
Is that the one where the lady that released Rollins' dick pics?
I don't know. I don't know about any of that.
Are you serious?
Nope. Don't even. I don't want to know.
Oh, okay.
But she was talking about they were friends, and then that's how she got into that story. Is like,
how do you not want to know about Rollins' dick?
What are you saying? Why would I want to know about his dick pics?
Are you not even remotely curious?
Why would I want to know about his dick pics?
The fact that a world champion has his dick pics just released.
I don't want to know what he's got down there.
I'm not saying let's look at him. I'm just saying, like, okay, Mike Tyson. How many dick pics of Mike Tyson are there?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't do a lot of dick pics.
Stone Cold. How many Stone Cold? Hulk Hogan.
I don't know.
Exactly, but there's confirmed dick pics of Seth Rollins because he cheated on I think his wife or his girlfriend or something, and she released him.
That's sexual assault. I hope she got prison for that. Anyway, yes, that's the context. So she was talking about like they started out as just friends, and then she was basically told to stay away from like dating people because, and then she got into that
Okay,
story.
then there's
Like,
this. Oh. Well, I mean, I don't think it's irresponsible of her to bring it up. Then I don't know. I can kind of see it both ways.
I mean, like,
she's just having because she's asked a question of like the genesis of their relationship, and if that happens to be part of it, and she's just, it seems like she's just talking about shit as an aside, like when she shat on Lacey Evans, it was no big deal, but Lacey took it to heart.
she's just saying too much. We do have a follow up that they reached out to Becky Lynch, and then I don't have it on the thing or anything, but they reached out to Becky Lynch and apparently got the name of the person to make sure that person will never work in WWE again.
Jesus Christ.
But then it leads to, and of course, it would be wildly, what's the word I'm looking for here? Irresponsible for us as a show to speculate who this person could be.
Drew Gulak.
Oh, that's a good. No, because she said blacklisted. I don't think he had that power.
That's true. Who would have that power?
So initially, I thought it was Jericho, if I'm being honest. It just struck me as like something, because, Jericho hit on that one girl at one time.
But they want him back, though.
They do. Maybe they did, and then now they don't.
I recently, like today, read that they have a storyline, a retirement storyline.
Okay. Yes, I saw that too. So maybe it wasn't Jericho. I'm not saying. I was just saying that just was the first name that would have popped up.
Right. No, that's a reasonable name, but when you think about it, I don't know if that makes sense. I'm trying to think. Who would have that pull? Cena, but he's still around.
Male roster 2015.
Look at you.
Gotta narrow this bitch down. So the main event scene was John Cena, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. That's according to AI. Randy Orton, Seth Rollins. And then established stars, Chris Jericho, Dolph Ziggler, Kane. And then it says some rising talent, which I don't think there'd be any.
Would it be Kane?
I don't know.
He's supposed to be a nice guy, though.
Yeah. I don't think he's a big sex guy. Not saying like he doesn't have sex. I'm just saying he doesn't strike me as a big sex guy. Like, like it controls him.
Yeah.
Like he strikes me as the kind of guy who has coitus on like, oh, it's Wednesday at 7, babe. It's time for a weekly sex session.
So is it just that? Just Kane and Jericho?
And then some other notable names on the roster. The Big Show.
Oh.
Big E. He was up and coming at the time. Gold Dust.
Yeah, Gold Dust didn't get named. Gold Dust does not get anybody fired.
Mark Henry.
What if it was
Jack
Big
Swagger? Show? You don't think he had that pull at that point? because at this point, let's see, 2015. I mean, we're close to, New Year's baby Big Show.
I think so. At his seniority, then he's the biggest guy on the roster.
Yeah. I'm actually, because this story came out earlier in the week, and I'm actually surprised that no one's like either figured it out because it's the internet and that's what people do, or there hasn't been someone like some guilty conscience come forward and put out a tweet that like, back in 2015 I did this, and it never led to, try to defend themselves before it's figured out. But neither one of those have happened, so it's surprising to me.
Maybe she's just full of shit.
I mean, I believe her. I do believe her. It's just it does sound like now it does sound kind of crazy. It's like her saying, "Oh, he's gonna try to sleep with you, and you'll be blacklisted if he does or if he doesn't." Like, then what's the point? Like, so if he catches your attention, then you're done. Whether you do or you don't, you're done.
I just think it's kind of wild that WWE would no longer hire somebody based on something that somebody told Becky Lynch. She didn't say that this person propositioned her. She said somebody told her.
Well, she said they got her number there at the end.
So?
But she didn't go into. She didn't say like, and then they, that's the end of what she said. Is like, then they got my number, and it was like, how do I, balance this out? So she didn't say like, she had to let him down or
she didn't even. But she didn't say. She would have said that. Come on, her chance to be a victim.
Yeah, I'm saying she didn't say either way.
But she would have if that person would have done like an indecent proposal type of thing. She would have blabbed.
And then I was like, and then he called me, and I had to go, meet him.
Then he cornered me in the boiler room
and pulled my drawstring
and said, "Have a nice day."
Yeah, that would have been helpful if she would have said something like that. If she would have said,
every single fucking wrestler has a catchphrase. She can't throw that out there.
Yeah, it's like, oh, but so I just realized, either way, I made the list.
Well, I've got some bad news.
I didn't answer the phone, but I got a voicemail that said, "Here comes the pain." And send me a picture of you pissing, bitch. But yeah, all in all, it's I hope we do get some follow-up just to see who she could have been talking about. But I think it's ultimately irresponsible for her to just mention it and then not have a name ready. But we move on because we got some more wild speculations that we're going to get into. This was just a week of wild speculations. Next one up, let's talk about Bret Hart's wild speculation. Now, Bret Hart, he was doing an interview and he actually said a lot of things. He mentioned, about Sheamus having soft weak punches. He mentioned how the modern wrestling is just too fake and he doesn't watch it. And maybe the most egregious of the things he said was this last little soundbite. Would you have the clip to play here?
Talk about the screw job. So I really think, and I'm trying not to be so much controversial, but I think a long time ago, I thought about it back in 1997 when it was all happening. I remember going when Sean, if you remember, forfeited the belt on Monday Night Raw and retired to go find his smile somewhere. And really, like that, when all that happened, I remember in the dressing room when Vince told everybody that Sean was going to forfeit the belt because he had what was his knee or something? I can't remember what. I think it was his knee. And then Sean, I remember when Sean, he was crying in the ring. Sean was crying in the ring, and the tears were in his eyes and all that. And I just remember Vince. I was watching on the monitor in the back area with Vince, and me and Undertaker looked at each other. And he rolled his eyes that this whole thing was a bunch of bullshit and that there was nothing wrong with Sean, especially when you saw Sean. Sean, if you remember, he went to the corner and did a standing backflip after he forfeited the belt because of his knee injury. And I'm watching this, and he does a standing backflip somersault off the top and lands right in the middle of the ring. And I'm going, you can't do that with a bad knee. Like, this is all bullshit. And I remember Undertaker looked at me and he pulled his eyelid down like this, like it was like. And the thing is that Sean came back, and I remember Vince crying. Like when Sean was in the ring talking about, he lost some part of himself or he was gonna go find his smile. I remember Vince had the tear roll down his cheek. And I remember watching it and going, I think there's more going on here between these two guys. Honestly, and I'm not trying to be, I'm just being honest and blunt, but I don't know, I suspected, and now I really have serious, I think that Sean and Vince were sleeping with each other. I'm just telling you, I think I'm very close to the truth here. That Sean and Vince were lovers, and that's why I'm being dead honest, and I'm telling you.
We all know what the H stands for.
I just, when I look back, it's like, I got caught between two lovers. And I got shafted and screwed over, and Sean was so envious and jealous of my position that he finally had to sleep with Vince to get it. And I tell you, I say all this with absolute, I would say it to Sean if he was right here. I would actually like to have Sean come clean and say, look.
I think that's good there. So there's the claim from Bret Hart, is that Vince and Sean were gay.
I love how he prefaced it by saying, not to be controversial.
Yeah, I don't want to be controversial here.
But they were fucking.
Now, so I didn't hear, because, social media, they clip what they clip, and I didn't hear the lead up, the context, right? So I was thinking, because the only thing I initially saw was him just saying, I think Bret and Sean were lovers. I'm sorry, I think Vince and Sean were lovers. And I was like, I wish he would have at least given some kind of, like, a reason. Like, you're just throwing these allegations out, but you don't give a reason. Like, I don't know, did you catch Sean sucking Vince off once? Or, like, what reason do you have for this conclusion?
We saw how over emotional Vince was when he lost his smile. So Then the only logical conclusion to Bret Hart is that they're fucking. Oh.
I guess it wasn't just a restart. Anyway, so what I was saying was, initially I didn't hear the full clip. I just heard him saying, I think Sean and Vince were lovers. So I was like, I wish he would have given like a little bit of detail as to why he came to such a conclusion. But hearing the full clip, he has a story. So I backtrack a little bit on what I was initially going to say, and the fact that like you just throw this out with no with no backstory, you know. So I kind of changed on that, but it is still a wild claim to just throw out that this is what you think.
Just a bit. Well, the Road Warriors used to say that too. So I think Bret Hart used to hang out with them.
They used to say that Vince and Sean were.
There was a shoot interview with at least Hawk. Talking about how Vince and Sean were fucking.
But did anybody ever catch them? Like
fucking?
Like I don't. There's speculation, and then I was hearing other people. I was waiting for like Jim Cornette and people actually because we can't really. It's a backstage story, so we gotta kind of go with what we hear. So I was waiting for someone like a Jim Cornette or someone, and Jim Cornette, he's like, you heard rumblings, but I haven't heard anybody who's like, I busted into Vince's office one time, and Sean was like down there sucking dick.
Well, you said that there's no logic, like logistically, it doesn't make sense because they wouldn't have had time.
Yeah. Yeah, like, or I was by the door and I heard guck, 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 guck. Like no one's come out with that kind of an actual thing. Like, I walked in and Vince was like zipping his pants up and Sean was like walking weird.
The best that they have is Nash said that Vince tried to tell him about his first homosexual experience or something.
Yeah, that's nothing. I mean, for Vince, I don't think. I think it's just more of a power trip for Vince. I think he's like, you can't be doing that, and
he's clapping Sean's cheeks out of power instead of romance. Is that what you're saying?
Well, you're also shitting on girls' heads, so
yeah, true.
Clearly, it's just him living out some whatever it is, but I don't know. It's just a wild allegation there. It's the first time I actually heard any of this. So
really, that's been going on for quite a while.
I mean, what if it was just like a father-son type relationship? He just cared for Sean as a fatherly figure.
Well, that would be the WWE narrative, but all the people that were released and are disgruntled and have an axe to grind have said that Vince is fucking Sean. That's the only reason why Vince put up with Sean's attitude when Sean didn't draw shit.
Yeah. Because even like hearing stories around the screw job, which I believe that happened in '97, which he's leading up to there. I heard in some interview that like Triple H had suggested that it was him to do it.
Everybody's said it was their idea.
I think I even heard The Undertaker say it. Like, oh, I told Vince I'll do it.
Yeah.
But, it just so happens to be Sean. Now, Eric Bischoff, he chimed in on this, and he said that Bret Hart should probably he just comes off as bitter and probably needs therapy.
I don't think Bischoff is a fan of Hart.
Because of how he booked him, or probably that was the start of it all. He ruined his WCW run.
Well,
At him for the Goldberg thing.
He booked him terribly, but Hart has had nothing nice to say about Bischoff ever since. So I think the resentment comes from that more so than, at least on Bischoff's side.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I think he probably blames Bischoff for the Goldberg thing in some way. Like, you put me in that match.
I don't know. I don't know if because Russo would have been around at that time, I think. I know he doesn't have any nice things to say about Russo either.
I bet. I mean, at this point, who does he have something nice to say about? I guess Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
Also, just to point out in that interview, he was talking about wrestlers from today he'd like to work with or something, or he's a fan of. Maybe he was a fan of. And then someone asked him about MJF, and he was like, "Who?" And that made people upset too.
I wouldn't be upset about that.
But he just said in the same interview, he said he doesn't watch modern stuff. So
yeah.
But I like how he always throws out any of this he says, like, I mean, and I tell him to his face, and he was right here. Because, he's tough guy Bret.
We'd have to see them in the same room to see if that's true.
Yeah. But yes, that is the Bret Hart allegations. And then in our final story, we have one more wild allegation that has been thrown out. This one comes from Ric Flair. So he was doing he was doing a podcast, and so it's what was it there? Double something. First of all, anyway,
double coverage,
and they asked him about. Well, we got the clip here. Let's just go ahead and play the soundbite. You should get all the context from it.
Workout routine since the 70s. You still get after it, lift heavy weights.
Well, I don't with a rotator, but I do.
Or before that, this was very recent. Up until then, you were deadlifting huge amounts.
I did. Be walking around just fine. Knock on wood, guys.
Yeah.
Live it out every day. Serious.
You had a great relationship with Hulk?
Yeah. Yeah. Tremendous.
Yeah.
But these guys just, I don't want to mention their names, just reamed him. His body just said, you know what? Bingo. I can't do it anymore. But I shouldn't say this, but what killed him was street drugs. When the doctor wouldn't prescribe anymore, he was in so much pain. Then he had that neck surgery, and it got infected. You've got Balon, you've got the Pearl. There's a lot going on right here in this area.
Yeah. So you keep it simple.
Yeah.
Another wrestler, another Mount Rushmore type legend who resided in the Tampa area, Hulk Hogan, passed away.
I talked to him at the age where he died. I shouldn't say this, but what killed him was street drugs. When the doctor wouldn't prescribe anymore, he was in so much pain. Then he had that neck surgery, and it got infected. So back in the hospital, mentioned 10 back surgeries, 2 knees, 2 hips, all this. And then when the doctor would not prescribe anymore pain medicine, they just couldn't do it in all due conscience, right?
Yeah.
So they went and got the drugs off the street.
Mm-hmm.
His body just said, you know what? Bingo. I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Sad.
That's terrible.
Yeah, what a great guy.
Wow.
First of all, I can see up his shorts. So there's that. I don't know why I needed to point that out, but it did. And yeah, so that is the claim from Ric Flair, is that Hulk Hogan died from street drugs. So again, the context there is because I initially thought that he meant like Hogan was getting some weed from Steve on the corner. But I guess we're talking about pain pills. He's getting off.
Who the fuck has died from weed?
I don't know.
You don't know. That's why. Dude,
He just said street drugs. That's a street
and you
drug.
automatically go to weed?
Well, that's the
You
most popular one.
1950s stuck motherfucker.
That's the most popular one.
Because
Oh, let me
nobody
get a little
dies from
dime
it.
bag.
That's why.
I don't know.
That's
It could have been laced.
That's the drug that you don't have to suck a dick for.
Okay. Well, also I didn't want to go too hard because the YouTube thing. So I don't know. Do you think was this out of line, out of pocket, if you will, from Ric Flair to even mention such a thing? Because, and he said he shouldn't mention it, but his family hasn't mentioned anything, his friends haven't mentioned anything, but it seems like either they know and they're just not saying, or Ric Flair knows more than they do.
It's none of anybody's goddamn business.
Well,
The dude had he had like multiple surgeries. He had a neck infection. According to Ric Flair, the doctors decided not to prescribe him any more medication, so he had to go to the streets. So I mean, who the fuck cares? It's not anybody's business, and it's certainly not Ric Flair's place to bring it up.
yes, definitely not his place. Like, yeah, the family, if they want it out, the family should be the ones to say something like that.
Yeah, let Nick Hogan say it, or Brooke Hogan, or whatever, in their little biographies.
Yeah. Now, we did get a follow-up from Mr. Flair, and I put it on the last link there, because he did get a lot of backlash from this, obviously, being the one to throw this out there. So he says on his Twitter machine, first of all, he capitalizes every other word, so that's weird. But anyway, there seems to be some controversy over my remarks that street drugs killed Hulk Hogan. I was only reporting what I know to be fact through family members. After 11 back surgeries, hip replacements, knee replacements, shoulder replacements, and 2 neck surgeries, I am sure the pain was unbearable. A doctor, as I know, can only prescribe so much pain medication under medical guidelines. I've been told that all they did was to prevent him not to hurt, to help him.
All he did was to help him, not to hurt him.
Yes. To help him get through the night and the pain eventually that catches up with you as, golly, as we know it with everybody. He was my friend, a man I respected, and I am only reporting what I've been told. Nothing more, nothing less. This was not an attempt to demean Hulk Hogan or his legacy. I've always been referred to him as one of the two biggest stars in the industry, himself and Stone Cold Steve Austin. I apologize if people misunderstood my statement. Hulkamania forever. Uh, so I guess that's kind of a. I don't know if that's an apology.
That's a non-apology. Sorry if you misunderstood.
Yeah, you didn't. Yeah, I apologize if you misunderstood me.
Yeah.
Like, is that an apology?
Oh, not really.
I'm sorry you did that.
Sorry you feel that way.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry you're upset. But yeah, that's what he. Oh, it looks like someone else in the comments said that too. Why is every word in this capitalized? Which is what I was
That is hard to read. But yeah, he doesn't need to be fucking talking. He does not need to be talking about this. He's, oh, what I know from the family. Why is the family not saying this? Why is Ric
Yeah, they've been
Flair
quiet.
talking to some fucking idiot in a hotel talking
And you can
about
see up
Hulk
his
Hogan doing
shorts.
street drugs? Yeah, you can see up his shorts. They're talking about Hulk Hogan's street drug usage. Why is this not Nick Hogan's interview? Or why is it not released in some fucking autobiography or something?
Yeah, and he's like, I'm only reporting what I've heard from friends and family. Well, why haven't they said it then?
Exactly.
But
Why have the friends and family not reported it before fucking Ric Flair and his attention-seeking ass?
but maybe that is the thing. Maybe it's true. Maybe they know.
It doesn't matter if it's true or not. That I think regardless, because Hogan's dead, unfortunately. So it doesn't matter if it's true or not. The fact of the matter is Hogan or Flair is saying some shit that doesn't even involve him. This isn't his family. This isn't Charlotte Flair's plastic surgeries or divorce. This is another guy, another family, another situation. And he's bringing it up because he has nothing else to say.
Yeah, he's speaking out of turn there. And again, maybe it's the guy's fault that he's getting this interview with because he brought it up. And
All
then
he did
they
was
were-
bring up his relationship with Hulk Hogan. Ric Flair decided to bring up his street drug usage. This motherfucker had no idea about Hulk. I don't even think he knows anything about wrestling. He might. I don't know.
He knows Ric Flair. But yeah, it sounded like they're just trying to make conversation, and then he throws that out there, and then yeah, this is just resting on Ric Flair's soul that he got. Maybe someone told him this information is just like eating him up inside that he, and then he asks and is like, I mean, and then and he starts with, I mean, I shouldn't say this, so he already knows
Yeah.
it's not good.
So he can't plead insanity.
Yeah, I shouldn't really say this, but I know what happened.
I know the real story.
Yeah, I know everything, but I shouldn't say it. But I mean, since you're pressing me so hard, I'm gonna go and tell you. But
He
yeah,
looks really bad too.
yeah, it looks like he's not too far behind.
He looks like a lizard.
And they just lived hard lives back then. That's what it meant to be a wrestler. Now they play video games and do TikToks, and that's what the Undertaker complains about.
And they're smaller than comedians.
And they're smaller than comedians, and you can't even see over the ropes. I mean, I would say that whole women's war game match outside of like Lash and Rhea, like pretty small, like height wise.
I was laughing at the fact that Cena got attacked by no definition Rodriguez and Perez, and I think they were bigger than Balor and McTurd.
Well, Rodriguez for sure. She's pushing 6 foot, if not 6 foot. I'm sorry, Perez. I'm sorry, I said it right. Rodriguez. Perez is pushing 5 foot, if that.
Oh, they look bigger.
Yeah. But yes, that is it there. Let us know what you think about it in the comments. Was Ric Flair out of pocket, or was it his place to speak up about it? Let us know what you think. And that is all the stories I have. And that's all the news I have. And that's all the show I have. So is there anything else from you?
Just have a good night.
And on that note, the survey says one more for the good guys.